So these typically retail for between, from what I can see, 1,000 to 1,300 Canadian dollars, brand new. And I paid. All right, hello everyone. My name is Parker, and this is Silk Road Cycling. So a few months back, I went ahead and purchased something off of Aliexpress that is definitely not your usual purchase from there. It's not a cycling jersey. It's not bib shorts. It's not something like that. It is actually a pair of Garmin Vector 3 power meter pedals. And so this may come to a bit of a shock to a lot of you, and it definitely was a shock to me when I saw it listed on AliExpress. In fact, I was about 75% sure that it was fake or something like that because the price is pretty insane. So I did what any man would do and what a wise man would probably consider a bold move, and I purchased a pair. In fact, I actually purchased 2 pairs. And we'll get into that a little later because that actually allowed me to basically get these for free. So for those that don't know, the Garmin Vector 3 pedals, it's a dual-sided power meter system. It clips in right where your pedals normally are. Super seamless, works on, all bikes, which is pretty nice because for someone like me, I tend to buy and sell a lot of bikes just randomly. And typically, a power meter, right, is going to be for a specific crankset, say Ultegra, and it's going to have a certain crank length because it's built into the crank. And so it can be a bit of a pain to get the right compatibilities. And with these, I can just pop them in, pop them out. It's super easy. So let's get into the nitty-gritty here and see what is really going on with these pedals and whether you should buy a pair, because let me tell you, when you see the price, it's pretty attractive. All right, so a quick overview of the Garmin Vector 3 pedals. These are going to tell you all of your cycling dynamics. So you're going to get left-right power balance. You're going to get your torque efficiency. You're going to get your time standing, your power phase. So it'll show you basically where you're doing your most effective pedal stroke. And honestly, a bunch more stuff that I'm missing. But this isn't really a Garmin Vector 3 pedal review per se. This is more a Aliexpress Garmin Vector pedal review because I think you guys are going to be pretty interested in kind of what is going on here. So these are essentially used or maybe refurbished pedals that are coming out of China. Now, I don't know if perhaps broken pedals are being sent for repair and then they're being bought on like a gray market or something. I don't know what is exactly going on. Maybe they're repairing them there. But as far as I can tell, they are 100% authentic. I mean, they work perfectly fine. They match up with my trainer power meter. And, oh my God, I think there's Alvin and the Chipmunks are like out on my deck right now. So sorry if you can hear that. But anyways, these are, I've lost my train of thought. All right, so as I was saying, they match up perfectly with my trainer in terms of power, cadence, and so everything seems to be working fine. I'm not sure really on the reliability of these, like if they've been repaired by a third party, how long are they going to hold up? I've had these for just over 5 months now, so they're still working fine. So if that speaks to their durability at all, that's been on the trainer and on the road, so hasn't purely been inside. I know that some of these have an issue with the battery door, where the battery door can like cause battery drain or something, but you can get replacements for that if you're really worried about that. For me, it hasn't been a problem. In fact, I'm still using the same batteries I put in this 5 months ago, and I ride between 4 and 6 hours a week. So take that with a grain of salt. I'm sure your experience may vary if you buy these, but for me, they've been rock solid. All right, and so here are the beauties themselves, up close and personal, and we can get a good idea of what we're working with here. So please keep in mind, like I've been using these for 5 months, so it's hard to distinguish really which scrapes were there when I first bought them and which scrapes are there now. But honestly, in my opinion, sometimes that's the beauty of buying a used product, is you don't have to baby it and the marks are already there and you can just use it how you want. So typically with the 90% ones, I was seeing that there was definitely some wear on this metal plate here. I got a pretty good pair in terms of like scuffs, in my opinion. And I'm sure I've added some scuffs of my own because I'm pretty clumsy and not the best at clipping in sometimes, so it wouldn't shock me there. This is the battery door. You can unscrew this, your batteries go in there. Everything's pretty normal there. In fact, you can even buy replacements of these on Aliexpress too. I think they're like $20. And this just screws in. You got to have a special, well, not special wrench, but just a right wrench to go in to screw these in, because right here is the LED indicator. As you can see, actually, they're blinking. So here's the other pair for reference. This one's definitely perhaps looking a bit more scraped up. But, I mean, honestly, if they function correctly, what does it matter what they look like? They go on your feet. Yep. Here we have my Garmin Connect page. So as you can see, I have the pedals connected to my head unit, and this is an outdoor ride I did. So just really quickly, I'm just going to show you guys what data I got, and you can decide for yourself whether it makes sense. So here we can see my position, so seated, standing. This seems pretty accurate to me. I don't end up standing a lot, so honestly I'm more of a seated rider, so this seems pretty accurate. Power makes sense to me. I typically ride on my trainer as well, and when I have my pedals hooked up to my head unit and my trainer hooked up to trainer road, they're two different power meters essentially, right? But they are typically in line with each other, so everything seems to match up there. Left-right balance, pretty okay throughout, and we can see down below, once I get there, it'll show you the average. My left platform upset is definitely, I can see here, average 6, compared to the right, which is an average of 0. So I don't know if I'm just biologically asymmetrical. I honestly find that easier to believe than there being a problem with the pedals, because I've got a pretty weird like right hip, so no shocker there, honestly, that it's not perfect. And then the power phase, that's where things get a little wonky. My left power phase is supposedly from 0 degrees to 229, whereas 350 to 215. I mean, that's not totally unbelievable. It's about a difference of 10 degrees. So actually looking at that, no, that's, you know, within reason. And so, yeah, you can see my arc lengths are about the same. So they just start at different positions, which honestly, this is all really interesting data. I should look at this more often. And what else do we have here? So that's just the total time standing, average power, everything's here. Left, right balance, torque effectiveness, it all seems within reason, right? And from what I can tell, is working just perfectly fine. So if you want to take a look at the AliExpress kind of page here, may as well show this now. It's best to just type in Garmin Vector 3, because there's a bunch of different people selling this, and they're all competing with each other. And typically their prices, like one person will bring a price down and the other people will react. So it's always fluctuating, and it's best to just watch this continuously, because I paid $445 for mine. Right now, there's only one pair left and they're going for $600. So I'm telling you, this price does fluctuate. I think if they got more in stock, it will go down again, or if their competitors do on these other stores. However, the All Cycling store seems to be the most reputable, because whenever you have one of these shop followed by like a bunch of digits, it's typically because they're just tearing down their stores and reopening them. Probably because they're selling like some probably counterfeit products or something. Not to say that these pedals are counterfeit, because I think I actually bought from one of these shop stores. But they might be selling other counterfeit products, so their site's getting taken down. But the All Cycling store has been here for the full 5 or 6 months that I've been paying attention, and they sell other things like power meters and stuff, so makes sense to me. All right, now the moment we've all been waiting for, the price. That's what AliExpress is all about, right? The price. So these typically retail for between, from what I can see, 1,000 to 1,300 Canadian dollars, brand new. And I paid $445 for these, shipped by FedEx for free. They shipped in like a week. I couldn't believe it. And he wrapped the thing in so many layers of tape that there was no way that like customs or someone was going to be able to open that. So I didn't even pay any duties on it. $440. And so I purchased the first pair thinking this is insane. I'm probably going to get like a paperweight in the mail. Lo and behold, they actually worked. I kept them for 2 weeks. I kept testing them. In that time, I said, well, this is just too good to pass up. And at the time I was in the Netherlands, where the used bike market is insane. And everyone's so close together that, you know, the market's just crazy. And so I bought another pair for the same price. And once those arrived, the pair I'd been testing for about 2 weeks, I knew they worked. I was confident in them. I sold them on the marketplace in the Netherlands. I said what they were, you know. I said that these were a refurbished or used pair from China, and buy at your own risk. Someone bought them for $900 Canadian. And I got basically a free pair of these. So, you know, I might just be super, super lucky, and I got 2 flawless pairs. And you'll see on the Aliexpress thing, it's kind of a weird situation with Aliexpress sometimes. So you can buy these in 3 different kind of stages. So you can get just 1 pedal, but personally I have 2 legs, so I opted for the 2 pedal option. And the 2 pedal options can either be 90% new, which is like, and I'll show you a close-up later of these, but you can kind of get an idea. It's not like they're brand new. It's obvious they've been used, but personally, I don't really care. And then you can also go for the 99% new option, which is more expensive, and those look brand new. So if you really want to play it safe, go for that. If you want to maximize your savings, I recommend the 90%. I don't have any issue with them. Literally, if you wear them or use them once, they're going to look like the 90% ones. So you may as well just go for the 90s. All right, and that brings us to the end of this video. So I guess the final question to ask and answer, hopefully, is should you buy a pair of these? And I think the answer is a resounding yes. I mean, if you have the money and you're willing to take a bit of a risk, but honestly, I mean, for a reputable store with over 200 orders, and AliExpress has a pretty good like customer satisfaction thing, you can easily send these back. I personally got free FedEx shipping. It was only about a week at the time, but that was to the Netherlands. So in Canada, they just ship it through the normal post. So keep an eye on that, see if they maybe change it, because there seems to be some weird competition going on with like the three main sellers that you'll see if you look it up. So they're always changing their prices, competing with each other. It's kind of fun to watch, actually. But if you're patient, you can hopefully catch them at a good deal like I did for $450. Although perhaps maybe the price has just gone up now that it's become more popular. But whatever the case is, pick up a pair while you can, because you're still going to save a ridiculous amount of money regardless, and they seem to work perfectly fine. So I've been super happy. I mean, how could I not be? I basically got them for free by just buying 2 and selling 1. So you can welcome to try that out too. I can't guarantee that what you're going to get is going to work perfectly, but 2 pairs for me, it's a pretty small sample case, but it worked out in the end. So yeah, may as well give it a shot. So that's all for this video. I hope you guys liked it. And if you did like it, you should like it. And also hit me with a subscribe if you want. It's up to you. And as always, links will be in the description for this stuff, but it is affiliate. Just go ahead like I showed you and look it up in the search bar if you want to avoid those links. Totally up to you. All right, that's all for this one. Peace.